watching Cosmic Health. So, I haven't made a video in a while, but now I'm back. And today I want to talk about protein. Probably the number one question anyone who eats a plant-based diet gets asked is, where do you get your protein? And it's so annoying. Any of you who eat a plant-based diet, I'm sure you get asked this like every week at least, every few days, depending on how many people you talk to about it. But everyone gets asked this question, and we have this whole thing about meat is the only source of protein, which is absolute nonsense. Meat is not even a good source of protein, and there are plenty of other sources of protein out there, even better sources. For example, first we have to say, how much protein do we really need? We don't need that much. In fact, we probably need about 5 grams a day is sufficient for most people. If you're like a really high level Olympic athlete or someone that's training professionally really hard, maybe like 20-30 grams max. But other than that, you're just wasting your body. You're putting stress on your body with something that you don't actually need. You get enough protein from your body recycling dead tissue in itself to provide most of your own protein. You just need a little bit of new amino acids so everything is in order. Everything's working nicely. Okay? And that's complete contrary to what a lot of like fitness people will say. I've heard you need like 300 to 500 grams of protein every day or more, which is complete nonsense. And that's actually puts a huge strain on your body, especially the kind of protein that they recommend, like protein powders with that whey and the isoflexo crazy stuff. That is the weakest grade protein you can find, and it's terrible for your body. It taxes your liver. You see a lot of bodybuilders and stuff when they get older, not even that old, like I'm talking like 30 or 35, they start to lose their hair. A lot of that has to do with their liver being clogged from all that toxic protein powder. So get rid of that. If you're taking that, if you're training, get rid of the protein powder. It's damaging your body. Okay? You can get enough protein from vegetables. And anyone who disputes that, go look in nature. Go look at the strongest animals in nature. Go look at the elephant, the rhino. They're the most powerful animals there are on this planet that walk around. Or like the fastest runners, the strongest runners, like the horse and animals like that. Do you think a horse wakes up every day and is like, I can't go running because I'm protein deficient and I got no strength? They're fine. They have much more endurance than us. They're designed to run and they're designed to be strong. And they get all the protein they need from the grass and leaves and whatever else they choose to eat on that day. Okay? Vegetables have enough protein. Leafy greens have enough protein for you to eat. That's a fact. You can't ignore that. Okay? If you blend them, you get even more protein because you're breaking the cell walls. You get all that nice stuff out. Instead of a protein powder, as I said, I made that green smoothie video. Try that. You get all the protein you need. And for those of you that are really concerned still, you think, okay, that's not enough protein. You can't get enough protein from a salad or a green smoothie, which you can. And many people have done it, and I do it. And I train like 5 hours, 6 hours a day sometimes. Okay, working with all kinds of martial arts and kettlebell training, functional workouts, and I'm fine. I have tons of energy, and I get all the protein I need. And I'm not the biggest guy, but I've proven to people that I can build muscle a lot faster than a lot of meat-eating people because it's cleaner. In fact, I gained a lot of muscle when I stopped eating meat. It just started happening so easily, and people are like, it's so hard to gain all this muscle. I gained like 10 pounds of solid muscle in a month, which I've talked to personal trainers and they say is impossible. They've tried it so many times with all these little diets and protein pills and all kinds of things, and it doesn't work because they're putting the wrong type of protein in their body. Your body does not need that much protein, but it does need the right kind of protein. Okay, it needs pure amino acids, which you can only find in plants. Any meat is not amino acids. It's amino acids built into protein strands fitted for that animal, and your body has to take that and try to break it up and try to see what it can use. And you're getting this weak leftover strands of amino acids that are not that good when you can just go out in the garden and pick some fresh amino acids right from the ground, just like all the big animals do, and they're fine. Okay? Look at a baby, for example. Babies are born, they're about almost 90% water, 7% fat, and about 2% minerals, ideally, if it's a healthy baby. The protein and the carbs are less than 1%. They don't need that much in their composition, and a baby is the way people are supposed to be, basically. And breast milk, which is, you can't argue with breast milk being the optimal food for humans. It is designed perfectly for humans. It is very low in amino acids, in protein. It's only about 3%, but yet it's the ideal food. You might want to think about that next time. Anyway, you can get enough protein from a plant-based diet, so stop asking, if you eat meat, stop asking vegetarian people or vegan people where they get their protein, because they get it, trust me. One more thing, tofu is not a good source of protein. I mean, it is, but there's a lot of negative side effects. I just want to throw that out there. So that's the one big downfall I think a lot of people do, is that vegetarian people, they switch to tofu and they just throw tofu on everything. And tofu has its benefits. It's an alkaline food. It has a lot of protein, yes, and it has lots of good things, but it's very estrogen forming, and if you want to build muscle, you want to build strength and lose fat, it's probably the least thing you want to get, because it will cause you to gain fat. And for the people out there that are still not convinced and they still think, I need more protein than from a salad, look into blue-green algae. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm going to do it further in the next video, which is talking about superfoods and amazing foods like that. But just to give you a little quick intro on it, it is about 70% protein. Solid, pure amino acids, the highest grade protein possible. To give you a counterbalance there, meat is about, let's say a steak is about 30% protein. And only about 10% of that 30% is absorbable. So you're really getting 10%, plus you cook it. And because you can't eat raw meat, generally, it's not good for you to do that. But when you cook the protein, it destroys half of it. So you're really getting 5% protein. 5% compared to 70%. Plant-based is the best. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.